This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Healy Wilgus. Thank you for joining us. A pro-Trump restaurant sign sparked plans for a pro-Clinton rally, which in turn caused Trump supporters to plan their own rally in the same spot. Sarasota police were standing by just in case. ABC7's Ray Collins was there.
USA! Politics in the year 2016. This was the sign outside Barnacle Bill's restaurant on the North Trail that caused the uproar. It says, NRA member, concealed carry okay, not deplorable, vote Trump. Local Democrats plan to rally against that sign, but local Republicans plan to be there also. And if this were a sporting contest, they would have called the game at halftime.
And proud of it.
There were well over 100 Trump supporters, and we counted less than 20 Clinton supporters. One woman carrying a Clinton sign weaved her way through the entire line of Trump supporters and only had words with one person at the end of the line.
Where are the other Clinton supporters? Nobody knew about it. Found out about it yesterday on Facebook.
Among the Trump supporters, one woman who stood within a cardboard wall to illustrate her candidate's promise to crack down on illegal immigration. She said Trump needs to win Florida.
I think he's going to need everybody. He's going to need the people who haven't made up their minds yet, the ones of us who have already made up our minds, and we need to get some people switched over too.
Keeping a close eye on all of this, Sarasota police, both in their cars and in the shadows, but in the end, there didn't appear to be any serious confrontations.
And you can bet there'll be many more rallies for both candidates in the next 6 weeks. On the North Trail, Ray Collins, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Ray. Both candidates were rallying in battleground states today. Trump was in Ohio. Clinton was not far from the Suncoast. She spoke to supporters in Orlando. Meanwhile, it's not just the Clinton Foundation, but now the Trump Foundation that is facing scrutiny. The Republican nominee's campaign is dismissing a Washington Post investigation that the GOP nominee may have used his charity for non-charitable purposes, including to benefit his business interests, which is a potential tax law violation. The Post cites 4 occasions in which the foundation cut checks to settle lawsuits.
Well, the tax law says that if you run a charity, as Donald Trump does, you can't take the money out of your charity and use it to buy things for yourself or to help your own business. It's called self-dealing, and it's against the law.
The campaign issued a statement saying the Washington Post report is, quote, peppered with inaccuracies and omissions from a biased reporter. But the campaign didn't offer any specifics on the inaccuracies or provide any evidence to the contrary. His campaign manager coming to Trump's defense.
There are many lawsuits every day against people. I think that's a bridge too far. I think you're making things up based on facts as they are not reported in this story, which also uses a lot of conditional phrasing, I would like to point out.
The Clinton campaign, meanwhile, seizing on the report in a statement calling Trump a fraud and calling on him to release his tax returns. Developing right now, protests turning violent in Charlotte, North Carolina. The city and community leaders had hoped for peaceful demonstrations in the aftermath of a deadly officer-involved shooting. ABC's Ray Mundy has the latest.
The worst-case scenario replaying in Charlotte. Violent protesters taking to the streets for a second straight night. Crowds blocking traffic, throwing items towards police, even standing on vehicles stuck on the road. The day had started peacefully. Community leaders engaging with police, not attacking.
So we need y'all to see the community. We need y'all to understand our faces. So when you see us, we ain't strangers.
We feel the same way.
Of course.
We want you to see us as people too.
That's true.
That we are people. That these uniforms, this is just clothes. That's all.
But by nightfall, chaos. Police dressed in riot gear, tear gas, and flashbangs, sending protesters running.
This pisses me off. I do not want my son to see this. My son loves cops.
All of this outrage began Tuesday after police shot and killed Keith Lamont Scott. Officers had gone to serve a warrant, but not for him. However, they eventually confronted Scott and say they were forced to shoot.
Mr. Scott exited his vehicle armed with a handgun as the officers continued to yell at him to drop it.
Officer Brentley Vinson, who is also African-American, pulled the trigger and is now on paid leave. Police say a gun was recovered. His family says those allegations are false.
Pow, 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 pow. That's it. He had no gun.
Charlotte police confirming one person was shot and killed in the area where the violent protesting was happening. They say officers did not fire the shot, but they did respond to the scene. Ray Raymundi, ABC News, New York.
Back here on the Suncoast, an unpleasant sight and smell continues to trouble Longboat Key residents. Thousands of dead fish are washing up on the 10-mile stretch of the island. The FWC confirms red tide is to blame. Longboat Key officials are confident that the tide will take the fish back into the Gulf.
We'll respond to them when it begins to significantly impact people's ability to have a pleasant experience here. We're not there yet.
It's not pleasant to the eye, and it's even less pleasant to the smell.
Town officials say it is safe to go on the beach and in the water. FWC and Moat Marine Lab will continue to do daily sampling. But as Bob can tell us a little bit more on this, it may be safe. It's surely not pleasant, though.
No, not pleasant at all, especially when you have that onshore wind flow. And we've had that for the past couple of days now. So water temperature is still very warm, too, upper 80s, approaching 90 at sometimes. The winds are out of the east right now, but notice they're very light, anywhere from 5 to maybe 8 miles an hour. They are going to switch around, too. It looks as though we will start to see this switch around begin. Again, tomorrow afternoon, they'll turn more to the west as a result of that little sea breeze developing. You'll notice 5 to 10 miles an hour, and that will bring the effects right on to the coast. And if you have respiratory problems, it can be an issue, this red tide. As far as the future winds go, we'll see a little bit more of a northeasterly component, I think, by Friday. As red tide report, these come out every Friday as far as the full report goes. And last Friday, they were reporting low sampling, again, low sampling from Siesta Key through New Pass and then up and through the north end of Longboat Key. Those have now turned high in some cases, and we'll get more next Friday, this Friday coming up, I should say. 81 degrees, the heat index still pretty warm. Haley at 86 under fair skies. More in just a little bit.
Thank you, Bob. A Sarasota woman is killed after a collision between her compact car and a semi. FHP says 66-year-old Sherry Kubiak was driving south on I-75 near North River Road when the big rig went in front of her started to slow down. Troopers say Kubiak did not slow down in time to avoid slamming into the back of the semi. The incident report says she was not wearing a seatbelt. No charges have been filed, but the investigation is ongoing. For the second time this week, a skimming device is found at a local 7-Eleven. Bradenton police say the device, which thieves used to steal credit card information, was found yesterday evening inside the ATM at the 7-Eleven on 14th Street West. They're not sure how long the skimmer has been there. Police advise that if you did use that particular ATM within the last week and you notice any unusual debit or credit card transactions, call the detective at the number on your screen. The other skimmer we mentioned was found on Sunday at the 7-Eleven on Clark Road, just west of the interstate. A first-of-its-kind meeting today at Venice City Hall. Residents had the chance to speak to key department heads within the city all at one time. City officials, fire rescue, and Venice police were all on hand to answer the questions. One of the major topics was the multi-million-dollar public safety bond set to go before voters on the November ballot. That money would be used to build a new police station.
They're using tarps to cover up their equipment because of the water coming through the roof at the present police station. It's just, wow.
They understand now directly from us, explaining what the assets are, what needs to be addressed, why we're doing this, done deliberately, understanding that it has an impact on taxpayers.
The city manager is the one who organized the meeting. He hopes to have more of these in the future. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, why authorities are looking for 2 additional people in the investigation into the explosions in New York and New Jersey. Plus, disturbing new details in the texting scandal involving disgraced former Congressman Anthony Weiner.
Hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? ABC7 has the information you need. Access our special Surviving a Hurricane now. Learn how to prepare a readiness plan and survival kit. Know your evacuation route. Be prepared, Suncoast, when severe weather threatens. Access our special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2016 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Complimentary maintenance included. At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on a pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.